In the meantime, bring you up to date on what's going on in Great Britain right now. Theresa May is in a world of hurt. Remember now, it's been 2 years since the Brits voted for Brexit, to separate themselves from the European Union, as it were. And 2 years later, they're not close to it. And that has led to an upheaval within her own cabinet. Of course, you heard yesterday about Boris Johnson leaving as foreign minister on the heels of David Davis. I guess essentially the Brexit minister doing the same. To European Parliament member Daniel Hannan on what is going on here. Daniel, what is next? Some are saying her days are numbered. What do you think?
Well, hi, Neil. Nice to be with you. The basic problem is that Parliament has never really accepted the people's verdict. People voted leave by more people voted leave than have ever voted for anything in British history. But both in the House of Lords and in the House of Commons, there are majorities to stay in the EU, and they've pursued that objective, not by openly coming out in most cases and admitting that they're trying to overturn the vote, but by trying to frustrate the negotiating process and, in many cases, working with Brussels in a quite shocking way to try and find ways of tripping up our negotiating position.
So is their disappointment, if I remember correctly, Dan, she was not keen on the whole Brexit thing, and then, she committed herself to it, became prime minister, but always with one eye on maybe her European counterparts who were trying to beg, cajole, or find ways around Britain's formal exit, that a lot of her critics now say she kowtowed to. So what happens now?
I think this is exactly to do with what state of mind do you have when you approach these negotiations. If you go into them reluctantly and defensively, wishing that you weren't here at all, wishing that the vote hadn't happened, and thinking that success is about salvaging as much as you can of the existing deal, then you put yourself in an incredibly weak position vis-à-vis the EU, because you're approaching it in a spirit of damage limitation, not opportunity. And what we should do is to say, look, we're a global country, we're the 5th largest economy in the world, we're the 4th military power, we have friends and allies on every continent. We are happy. In fact, we're more than happy. We are keen to do a comprehensive free trade agreement with the EU and to buttress it with a military alliance and intelligence and all the rest of it. But frankly, if you guys don't want to do that, we have other options. And if that had been our attitude throughout the talks, we'd be in a much stronger position.
If you think about it, and you and I talked about it at the time and shortly thereafter, the Brexit was the beginning of a global populist wave that included the election of Donald Trump in America, and it continues to popping up in unusual ways across the globe. And I'm wondering what that means for, let's say, relations on trade matters. This populist president coming to Europe to essentially say to European countries, you got to pay up, you got to do more, not playing the same old game. And it's not being greeted favorably by a lot of your colleagues who remind the president that you should keep track of your allies and friends. You have very few of them. I'm paraphrasing, but to get the point across that they're not big fans of his. What do you make of that?
No, that's certainly true. They're not big fans in Europe. But I think on defense, it's very difficult to argue with what he's saying. When the Cold War was at its height, NATO was an obvious military and strategic necessity. We were facing massed ranks of Soviet T-72s across the East German border, and we had no option. Now, what's really the purpose of NATO? It's no longer so clear, and it is much harder now to argue that you should be able to expect an unconditional US military guarantee if you're not prepared to pay for it yourself. And, frankly, in the strategic sphere, a lot of the EU countries are now treating the UK as though it's no longer a reliable ally. We're being excluded, for example, from the satellite, military satellite system. OK, fine. Maybe we should go ahead with a coalition of the willing with you guys and Canada and Australia and older friends on more distant continents. We also have other options.
Interesting. Daniel Hannan, I apologize for the audio delay. It's always good catching up with you. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you, Neil.